Good morning, traders. Michael Sabo here with RJO Futures, coming to you here on Wednesday, July 18th, bringing you some commentary here in the energy markets. Just had inventory numbers come out here a little bit ago. We'll get down to that, talk to you about that, but let's take a look at what we got crude prices doing here. They are firmer right now. August oil, 89.80, up 58 cents. We just saw here, just a bit ago here, we did see that 90 print that I was calling for. We went to the high of 90.04, so that August crude oil did cross over that 90 area. As many of you know, I've been talking about it in the post here, been targeting that 90 print. We finally got it here today. So market backing off there a little bit. Now on Friday here, August is going to be last trade day on the August. Actually, tomorrow we're going to start focusing on that September crude. A lot of traders have already rolled into the September crude oil market. Looking at the September Brent, firmer, 105.04, up over $1.02. As I mentioned before, give me a buzz at the trade desk. Love to talk to you about how you could trade that WTI Brent spread. A lot of opportunities there. Give me a buzz. Taking a look at the nat gas, big day in nat gas. We're up over about 4% right now, up about 11 cents, trading around 291. So seeing a lot of movement there to the upside. RBOB firmer as well, 288 and 3/4, up over 4 cents there. So big move there in the RBOB. Heat firmer as well, 286. 36, up a little over 2 cents there, so big moves. Fundamentals here. Let's talk about that DOE report that I mentioned before. We saw a draw there, or the expectation was a draw of around 1.1 million barrels. We did get the draw, came in inside expectations, but the lower part of expectations was a draw about 800,000 barrels. Taking a look at the gas, which the RBOB, which that was kind of the big mover there in the day here. They were looking for a build of about 800,000 barrels, and we actually came in with a draw of 1.8 million barrels. So that was a bit of a surprise there to the market, obviously helping that RBOB market out today with seeing that up over 4 cents here today. Distillates, looking for a build there around 1.3. That actually came in a little bit bigger, around 2.6. So we're still seeing that the heating oil participating in the rally, but just not as big as what we're seeing happening right now in the RBOB. Taking a look at some of the other things that are moving the market here. Interesting to note here that U.S. dollar. You look at that September U.S. dollar index trading between the 83 to 84 range there. We are slightly firmer here today, although it's not really putting any pressure there on the crude oil market. So that crude has been pretty strong. Although, as I mentioned before, starting to look at the technical side of things, we are starting to get into a short-term overbought situation. Also looking at the outside markets here, early morning equities were a touch weaker. They've turned, they've gone positive. The main thing there is, we do have a little bit of a firmer tone, but the main thing I think is really that we're seeing, it seems to be stable, not just here in the U.S. right now, but also overseas. Macro tone, has been back and forth there, but you look at the supply situation, we've really got good supplies on hand. Looking at the 1 year, we're about 6.5% over year-ago levels. We're about 11% over the 5-year average. So certainly we do have adequate supply, and as I've mentioned in previous posts, the demand seems to be questionable, but nonetheless that crude has been pushing higher. On the technicals, like I said, I was looking for that 90 print. We finally got it here today. I'm actually, if you're interested, I have an option play here that I've designed to take advantage of crude oil prices here to the downside. So I'd encourage you, if you want to hear about that, give me a call. I can go over the specifics on that. I do think we could start to see crude prices with some small pullback, a small pullback in that market. So give me a call. We could talk about that. The number of the trade desk is 800-367-7290. And of course, remember that futures trading, it may not be suitable for everyone out there, and it does involve the risk of loss. Good luck and good trading.